So I actually kept my most recent mani on so I could show you guys before getting into everything, because I'm going to take it off for today's video, but today's video is based around it. So this set contains our newest Blue and Peru. It contains I Want Scandy, and it contains Living Gleam at the top. And I was actually inspired by somebody else for this. Which leads to today's video. I'm creating a new mani based off of this with my own little twist. Hi guys, welcome to another Nailed It review. I'm excited. As promised, I did go off and find a Nora Roberts book, although I'm not entirely sure how well I ended up choosing. And I even have both books in front of me, last week's and this week's, to make sure it was the same person, because oof. Today's book is Nora Roberts, The Rise of Magics. And eventually when I save up, I'm gonna get a camcorder so I could do those shots without it being backwards. But the sets used in today's manicure include I Want Scandy, Dallas Darling, and Living the Gleam. The look I'm going for, if I can actually draw it out, I'll try to, is, I guess it's, I don't know. We'll see how it turns out, but it's what I'm going for. So I want Scandy as the base, and then I'm going to cut into Dallas Darling, and I'm going to form triangles. So I'm going to form kind of like a triangle there. And then the Living the Gleam is almost going to be like that accent, where it's going to come down on the outside. And like, we'll see how it turns out. That's a horrible depiction. Don't come to me for depictions. Oh, it's horrible. Absolutely. I was talking nail sets and it looks like an awkward shield, or maybe a bug. It looks like a bug. Time to start the removal. I'm kind of gonna do like a little mani removal tidbit here. All of my fingers obviously have layers to them, so it tends to get a little more difficult when people go to remove the nails. It's still nail polish, so it'll come off, it just takes longer. So what I do to bypass that is I just kind of let it soak for a few seconds, and then I'll go to remove it. And you can soak it in whatever you want to soak it in. I know some people are allergic to acetone, so it's whatever you use. Lift it up and then just remove it after a few seconds. I gotta be honest, guys, my nails look amazing. Here's some raw truth for you guys. I wasn't doing too well mentally this past week, and I had ended up changing my nails constantly because of that. Like, it was not, none of them were good manis, and it just wasn't a fun time for me then, until I landed on this mani. So my nails went from being too brittle to like that in just a matter of days, because I left them alone after applying this mani. I love this one that much. I was like, yes, this is the one I'm gonna keep on my hand for a little bit. And it makes the difference. Like, colorstreet is an amazing thing. I'm also a little biased because I wear it, so. Now about this book. I did just start reading it, so this is going to be a review as we go. I'm only 2 chapters in, and so far, I don't even know where to start. First of all, I have to see it as a talent for her to be able to do what she does with this book. She has 2 different voices in my head now. And what I mean by that is, as an author, she wrote The Search in a very mature tone. She was writing about adults in complicated themes, and she did very well with it. And then you dive into The Rise of Magics, and there's a complete voice change. Her writing style does like a whoosh and switches on you. You notice there's instantly a younger tone, a younger style of writing that's more relaxed. It's not as serious, so I guess it's more upbeat. When you read The Search and then jump into Magics, you go into this book by the same author expecting this, at least a similar writing style. It caught me very off guard to go from FBI and murder to fairies and I guess war. I'm not sure. The next thing I'm going to do is prep my hands by pushing my cuticles back from the growth and using a nail prep pad. I get like an infinite stock of these from being a stylist, so like just easy things I can use. And then I'm going to get started on the design. I like to use a rubber cuticle pusher. I just get mine from Amazon. So the first thing I'm going to do is just apply my base set, and this is I Want Scandy, which is our Chill Out collection release from January, December. It is January, but I think it came out like 3 weeks ago. And it's this blue to lavenderish color with purple glitter. So I'm going to apply this as my base coat. It's so pretty. All in my life, I Want Scandy is a whole mood right now. I'm just falling in love with this as I put it on. It is an absolute gorgeous mani. And it's just the base. Now, I did mention that I didn't exactly have the best way of picking. I kind of just walked into Target and it's like, ooh, book on the shelf that was $9 by this author I'm looking for. Let's pick it up. And truth be told, I don't have a clue what's going on, which is because it's the 3rd book in a series. Immediately opening the book and starting chapter 1, you are like thrown into the middle of a battle. Dallas Darling is the strip I'm going to use next. Look at that. Oh yeah. To make the triangle I place on my fingertips, all I do is I take the strip and a pair of small sewing scissors and I cut out. I don't cut in, I cut out to get the point. If I can get it to stay still for this. It's a little finicky for me sometimes. I don't have the best hand stabilization. There we go. You get that nice little triangle point. Hi guys, I apologize. My alarm ended up going off in the middle of my last recording. So here we are for part 2. I am currently in the middle of finishing up my design portion, and we were just discussing the differences between the 2 books because I've only read the first 2 chapters of this book. The sets I'm currently using are I Want Scandy and Dallas Darling, both out of our winter chill out collection. And the book comparisons are Nora Roberts' The Search and The Rise of Magics. The next thing I'm going to do is open up my already used or previously used Living the Gleam. In all honesty, I'm going to be cutting this into really small strips, so we won't be able to see just all the detail until we get up close, but it's going to be a strip on my 6 design knit. So I'm in the final stages of my mani, and what I'm doing now is just finishing filing off my 2 thumbs. I double layered my I Want Scandy so that it lasts a little longer. You could also do like a top coat. I sometimes use Sally Hansen. But you can also double up, and I'm just filing everything so that it will adhere better. File in one direction, they say to file down. As far as the book goes, I honestly am only still on chapter 2. You can tell who the main characters are, and you can definitely tell there's a change in voice from the author. She goes from being this mature voice in my head from The Search to, it's almost like she intentionally changed her diagram, like her market people, if I can speak. It's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just a voice I have to get used to now. I promise to have more for you guys and to have a better video layout. I'm so sorry this ended up as 2 videos, but hey, you got a bonus video of me, plus you still get to see the awesome like manicure. We're gonna do this over here. I'm calling it Bejeweled or Bedazzled, one of the 2. Bedazzled Scandy because I Want Scandy, Dallas Darling, and Living the Gleam are all used in this. It's been a day, it's been a week, but it's going to be an amazing year. So stick with me. Thank you for your patience, and just thank you guys for supporting me. I will see you next week with more information about this book. Stay tuned.